Turn the microphone.
Yeah.
You turned it off?
Yeah.
I see. Hello. Sculpting Art the Clown again. But this time it's super cold Art the Clown. He's been in the freezer for about an hour. It's time to do the teeth.
Chew.
Hey, Chew.
Did you just get here, or did you see the his new boyfriend?
I'm not even on the stream thing.
Okay, good.
Fantastic. And it's sideways.
That was a present from Pain.
It was indeed. Can you run?
It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. Shit.
I hate this thing.
I think those are your options. Why is it?
I don't know. I don't know what
Was it upside down last time?
No.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Device is dumb.
What do you want to do about that?
Nah, nothing. I'm not that concerned.
I mean, if anybody's going to be able to read it upside down, it would be you, right?
Kinda.
Yeah, here's the thing. So, his Twitch is upside down right now, which kind of implies that the phone should be pointing the other way.
Uh-huh.
But I know that's not the case because everything's set up already from last time, so it would have been, the camera would have been facing the same way.
Yep.
And also, that's where the plug comes at us, rather than pointing at the wall. So that doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
It is weird. Are you actually using dental tools?
I mean, I suppose technically.
Seems appropriate, I guess.
No, it is technically a dental tool, although that one, I'd be pretty concerned if my dentist busted that one out. It's like the cheap and cheerful Harbor Freight version. I do have a couple of actual, like, proper dentist picks.
Right.
But I don't find them actually particularly good on the monster clay. They would be excellent with waxes, but monster clay is a little softer and stickier. But
It's ow, zap.
You having fun?
No, actually, I'm not. Everything I'm doing is making it darker.
Yep.
I can't make it lighter.
Oh.
Why?
Don't know. Don't know what you're doing.
Where's all this? Why can't I get into the settings?
Because that thing doesn't have a ton of settings when it comes to the webcam mode.
Ooh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Now what did you do?
I zoomed the frig in. Don't mind me, I'm just hitting buttons.
Our tech department.
Weird. Ooh, there we go. Found it. Dick. This should be good. Oh, hey, Pete. Oops.
You missed my you missed the intro.
Son of a bitch.
Now what did you do? What's the matter?
It moved.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I did. To work on all the teeth, not just...
Well, the problem is with me zoomed in like this, I'm gonna either have to keep moving it as you move.
Mm-hmm. Or zoom
Yes.
out a tiny bit.
Boo! Don't wanna.
Why are you like this?
Because they want to see what's happening. You guys want to see what's happening, right? So can you read that okay with it being upside down?
Paint said lol. Chewy said too close. Close. Mouse
What I'm hearing
cam.
is no.
I mean, I can. It's a little disorienting to read it.
Upside down.
Yeah, I have the...
Yeah, and you want to see the teethers, right? I mean, I can get closer too.
But yeah, Payne, you missed it. Art the body pillow was standing in for me for a few minutes.
Bam! Why did I go back to 800? Okay, we'll leave it zoomed in for a bit and then I'll put it back.
Okay.
Just so we can kind of see what's happening.
I am defining Art's teeth while the clay is still nice and cold. So he was in the freezer for about an hour.
Ha! Yay, butter tart socks. Did you bring the butter tarts into work? Sweet. You know, when we first tried them, I wasn't entirely sure because they were different from what I usually have, but I've had like 2 or 3 since then, and those shits are growing on me. They're really good.
Now you're down.
Yeah, now I'm down. Because normally you don't have butter tarts made with maple. It's just like, yo dog, I heard you like Canadian things. We're gonna put a Canadian thing in your Canadian thing.
Made by
They
beavers
are.
or beavers.
Yeah, they're almost like a custard almost somehow. I don't know, but they're not. It's
okay.
more of a texture,
It's more of a
like a creamy
well, I think
rather than sticky syrupy. Yes, you do. Oh yeah, so the candy that I ordered before you came down it told me it shipped today. And I'm like, great.
it's alright, that stuff holds pretty well.
It does.
She'll be back. She can't get enough of our maple goodness.
Okay, that's good. Then you'll have more for next time. Yes, you do. Unita Pita has great poutine. We'll have to go back there.
It's got good poutine, yes.
Just smokes.
I don't think... I'm actually pretty sure Jen's never been there. One downside with freezerating Art teeth, it gets harder to add. Add material. This would be the time when it'd be really handy to have a wax pen.
Wax pen?
Oh,
Oh,
wax
because then you could just draw it back in.
Well,
Sort of?
It's like a little hot tool, like a melty thing.
Right. So you would deposit wax back in?
You can deposit a little bit, but it also kind of gets rid of the boogers for you.
Couldn't you just use a wood burning tool? A soldering iron for
Oh.
extra for speed.
They have to be
Yeah, or hot wire.
they have to be pretty temperature controlled, otherwise they're more hassle than they are handy. Some wood burning tools might work, but a lot of them do not. Wood burning tools have a tendency, like, they need to get quite hot. And a dental style waxing pen really doesn't like 250 or 300 is about as high as they ever need to get. Whereas there are some wood burning tools that the only thing keeping them from getting any hotter is the actual like element head just completely melting. I think Miranda said one of hers gets up to over 800.
Over 9,000? What?
Yes. Yeah, 800 or 900 degrees is way too hot for monster clay.
He's got a Seamus hair in his teeth.
He's got a Seamus hair in his teeth.
Does he?
I don't see one.
Oh, did.
Oh, did he?
Gone now.
Yeah, what I'd really like to do, if I was being maximum fancy, is get some toy carving wax. I do see a hair of some variety. Get like a toy carving wax, so like a carnauba, talc, and beeswax mix. There is a hair stuck in that. That would allow super duper tight detail work on some of the areas. Nope, I am not one of those fancy lads. Not yet. I have considered making up a batch. There is a pretty good recipe apparently online. It was shared by a pretty well-known toy designer. He did a lot of work for the Ninja Turtles toys in the 90s. It was not Cool Alan. It was referenced by the Craftsman. I forget his name. It's but if you look up like toy modeling wax or toy carving wax, his recipe's been shared like all over the place. I was actually talking to the guys from yes, yeah, there's a YouTube video that he did that was quite good. But I was actually talking to the guys from Lab Monkey number 9 at the last show we did, and they use his wax recipe for their sculpture. The only problem is you would want to make up a reasonably sized batch So I would need to get a different crock pot or clean my crock pot all out. And it's a little expensive to mix up a whole batch. I think I priced it out at like 100 and change. They do have waxes at Sculpture Supply. And you can also order jeweler's wax, which I was thinking about getting in pretty small amounts. But one of the really nice things about the toy carving wax is you can color it however you want. So I could either make it kind of to match my monster clay, or I could make it like, you know, a whitish color for teeth and stuff. You can polish the hell out of it. Some sculpting waxes you can definitely polish. I have not used that particular version. I would assume it's reasonably polishable. Because they do use it for like toys, which tend to have a pretty smooth, shiny surface. But there are some waxes that you can literally sand if you want to. I don't think I want to go quite that hard and brittle. But something a little bit harder than my monster clay, just for like teeth, and maybe like teeth and eyes and horns and stuff like that. Would be nice. I mean, it allows you to get very smooth. As far as plastic looking goes, I think that depends on what you cast it with and what kind of, you know, finish you put on it. You can make things, at least in theory, very product like that. And that is an aesthetic that some people are really into. Some people. Did you see the Craftsman's newest video on relatively inexpensive domestic made safubi? It's pretty interesting because it's instead of doing the DIY kitchen version, he's on to doing like real actual sofubiness. I am going to be sculpting on the other side of the teeth again here in a second.
are you gonna be?
The other side of the teeth. Just want to fill this one up a little bit. Doing the sleep during the first episode of a show we were trying to watch. That happens from time to time. Been known to fall asleep during some things. Call Girl of Cthulhu in particular makes a pretty good bedtime story. His teeth are very interesting. He's got like a tiny bit of a crossbite going on. And fairly long roots with like receding gums.
Soothing voice, says Jamie.
Mm-hmm. He does. It's like if Snoop Dogg was was your Ambien demon. I haven't heard anything about Ambien in a while. Or if that's still even a thing that they're prescribing.
Don't know. Pain? It's a pain question. Yeah, Ambien. Every fucking day. Alright then.
Supposed to have all fucked up Ambien dreams. I should try and get out a prescription for Ambien. See if I could sculpt some really weird shit. You do some what now?
You do some dangerous shit when you have no business handling power tools.
I have no business handling power tools as it is. Practically. Well, okay, I have some business handling power tools.
Yeah.
Get up in the middle of the night and do sleep woodworking. Haha, joke's on you. Most of my tools aren't here. At least my beefier ones aren't here. Go try unloading the kiln. Yeah, that could be a thing. Maybe I'd be more productive on ambient. Apparently people do some weird shit on it. And they've tried blaming even weirder shit on it. I don't know. I've only ever been properly sedated once, and it seemed like my behavior was
hilarious,
but also right about on character. Really just a slightly slurred version of what I would normally do.
Yes.
The worst I've heard was what was that? Old ladies were baking and leaving the ovens on. I mean, that sounds not too surprising. So in case anybody is wondering, I am currently reading comments upside down.
You having a hard time?
I mean, occasionally. Depends on... Most comments are fine. Occasionally the dyslexia is handy. I don't think I could read the tiny comments upside down though.
Okay. There's nothing there.
No. But it is slightly,
you mean the ones on the screen?
it is slightly more complicated to read things upside down. So
Question. The
add
last
tininess.
time we had this, was it in this format with like the chat on the side? Or was the video just the
Yeah.
full screen?
I don't
if you don't remember.
Remember. I'm pretty sure the chat's always been on the side. You trying to make the fun squeaking noises? with
Yeah,
the
I'm
mic?
trying to make the fun squeaking noises. Oops. Do it. What is happening? Oop. Making it worse.
Usually.
Broke it.
Yep. Been known to happen.
Okay, hang on. Me.
Did you freeze it too? Because it looks like it's frozen.
Breaking things. I'll get that out. Ready for me?
There.
Thank you. Just, you're still on.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Well,
just.
Am I still on, or
You
is it frozen for everybody? I
You're
can't
still
tell.
on.
Okay.
Just, it's not looking at you.
I mean, that's all right. I guess one nice thing about sculpting Art's teeth is if I do leave a crumb here or there, it won't look that out of place.
Wait, now it's doing it the right way.
Neat.
I don't know. Okay. Put this back up. Apparently I just needed to jiggle it in the way it likes.
Crazy how often that's the case.
Let me know when you're ready. Oh,
What?
I missed a step. You need to turn the program back on. Yeah, I know, Jamie, thanks.
What program?
I stole it down so that I could fix it, because it was upside down.
Okay, this is not doing... There it is. So droid camera is
Yeah,
what you
droid
need?
Okay, so now go back into thing. I will turn it back on.
Oh, I don't think it preserved its settings or anything, because it never does.
Oh god, he's got his pores are beautiful.
Art's nose pores?
Bonk. Here we go.
I am genuinely not sure about Art's skin routine.
Moving.
What?
You're up on his forehead.
Do the camera or it doesn't matter. I'm going to carry on sculpting.
Oh, you're not doing the forehead. Son of a bitch!
What did you?
You were starting to work on his forehead just now.
Yeah, for a second.
Yes,
Like,
which
what?
was not on screen.
That's fine.
So I went to put it on screen, and then you went back to his teeth.
I did.
Dingus! Okay, you're super zoomed in. You can't do that.
I can...
Behave.
No. I absolutely will not behave.
Either behave or let me know what you're doing before you do it.
I'm absolutely not behaving.
If
That's
you're
what
gonna
I'm.
move somewhere else, let me know.
I mean, you probably could consider zooming out. So I don't have a ton more teeth to do.
Just let me
I
know
am
when
going to
you're
do a
done.
little bit more, but art's starting to warm up a little.
Okay.
So I suppose I could stick it back in.
I did think he would cooperate. I don't know why. I suppose that's on me.
That is definitely on you. That is 110% on you. I have never been cooperative in my life.
I did. I did.
Tiny little. Barely there teeth on the inside. With big puffy gums.
Seamus.
What are you on? What are you up to, Seamus?
Did you see that Godzilla store has exclusives?
Godzilla store.
Did not know there was a Godzilla store.
Uh-uh.
That's where she got a Mothra card again. Did you show us a Mothra card again? Have I forgotten?
She had a Mothra cardigan the last time we were there.
Did she?
Yes. Believe so.
Thought I'd remember that, but maybe not.
You're just full of stuff you really should have known tonight. I'm going to be uncooperative and you'll remember literally nothing.
Uh-huh. Yes. Shocking.
That might be too puffy. That might be too puffy. It's alright. Add a little more than we need and carve it back. Trying to get arts like slightly swollen gums on this side. Hmm?
Payne says the music reminds her of Front 2.2. I don't know who that is.
I mean, you kinda do.
I mean, one of those, like, if I heard it again, be like, oh yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah.
It reminds me a bit of Stranger Things.
Yeah, okay. I was confused for a second.
Classic.
Hmm?
Oh, Infants.
Yes.
You might remember Headhunter.
Yeah, I was very confused for a second. So I was like, wait a minute. Front 242 and Stranger Things, these are not the same at all, but I was just associating Stranger Things with the 80s pop music. Not the actual like theme music and stuff like that. So I am gonna stop working on Art's teeth. So now you're stuck under a cat.
Yeah, no, it's because she. Oh, no. Shit, I forgot what I was doing. Noisy cheers, noisy sorry.
I mean, you keep running over bubble
I
wrap.
know.
Just a little gap underneath here. Needed a touch up.
Super high tech here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I'm gonna go over here too? Yeah, why does it keep changing back? You know, it's not hard to fix what we need to do.
It was okay.
Less of a response than I thought, because we got a bunch of people who signed up for the mailing list for it, but didn't have as many go as we'd like. I mean, obviously, I'd like for them all to go, but
but there's one off to Australia.
yeah, we sent one off to Australia today. So what about them in person surprised you? I mean, yeah. They're pretty gnarly.
They are pretty gnarly. Well, my buddy Chuck got the first one back when we were at Oddities and Curiosities, and he was like, I don't know about the feet, man. I'm not really into feet. And then
Oh yeah.
and then the next day he's like, I got it. I have to have it. I was up at 2 a.m. thinking about your feet.
I have questions.
Yep. Yeah, they're
Maybe we should try and get some more video tomorrow. For tomorrow.
we could.
Launch. Yeah, so far it's just the pre-sale. It's not even the actual launch yet.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a.
Yep.
I've actually had quite a number of things that really didn't get much interest at the launch and have since picked up.
Yeah.
Like Big Gene really didn't garner a ton of interest
Nope.
initially. You can eat me.
Yeah. I think there's a very good reason why that.
But it's we've sold a couple since then.
I mean, it figures you'd like this color.
What, this one? Oh, yes. Yeah, under these lights,
Oh God,
it's gonna
it doesn't
look.
even look chartreuse. It just looks human skin colored.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, the green and pink just
Cancel it out.
do not.
Okay. That's like I know. Logically I know, but still
Logically,
the
you
brain is
know.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And it works better on camera than it does like to the naked eye.
Yeah.
Well, partially because your ability to like do color adjustment on the fly is kind of a thing. But yeah, I think we should do some extra marketing type stuff after the launch.
That just required. So I've been organizing old files.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going through and I'm like looking at all these videos I used to put together. I'm like, wow, those are really slick. Why don't I do that anymore?
I don't know.
Toe tags.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to do, and I still kind of want to do, is take some funny like foot fetish videos with the feet. Videos of them like stomping on beans and a bunch of stuff, but I didn't necessarily want to do that before the launch because I didn't think that maybe anyone. I wanted to give the people who knew they wanted one a chance to get one that hadn't been
Before they were
covered in beans.
Do we have covered in beans? Should get a video of a shower scene and just show the curtain moving back and all you see is the foot.
I mean,
I like it. We could do that.
Yeah, I suppose we could do that. I was gonna look at the there was an old King of the Hill episode where because Peggy has great big giant feet and she was tricked into doing a foot fetish website photo shoot because she thought it was some sort of like big feet empowerment thing.
So go to the special footwear store.
Yes, I think so. I vaguely remember that part.
I wonder if we could go to the dollar store and get like flops that would fit the,
Maybe.
like, kids flip flop.
Yeah, those might fit in flip flops.
That'd be pretty funny too. Man's wife, whose name escaped me, came over and stuck her feet in, and something would be on his shoes.
Oh yeah.
Like anybody putting on my shoes.
But yeah, there were a bunch of different things they were doing for the video shoots. I remember
Nope.
beans for sure.
Okay.
I'm less sure about getting like a stuffed bunny.
No, I don't. No.
Go back to the
No.
dark past of the internet.
No. We're not doing that.
We're not doing.
Not even as a joke.
We're not doing Timmy Boo level
Nope.
craziness.
Nope. I'd rather show my toes.
I mean, we can do that.
What, the music? Oh. I was like, what, the music? Wait, no, we were talking about... Lost the train of conversation 2 seconds after it happened.
the Bunny Crush video sound was
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually ever saw and or heard any of that stuff on Timmy Boo. I know he referenced it, but I don't think he...
I don't know.
I don't remember it being on, but I remember when it was a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, same.
I mean, I like little fluffy critters. I have handled raising any number of little fluffy critters. We've got a pretty good list at this point of critters that we have fostered.
Oh, yeah.
At one point or another. I think the most...
Speaking of which, I tripped across the videos from the last time we went, and there was all those raccoons.
The raccoon babies?
No, not my babies.
I know. The ones that were
yeah.
visiting raccoon babies?
Yeah, the visiting raccoon.
The non-orphaned
children.
ones?
Yeah. So cute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My babies.
Well, I think the most exotic thing that I've done has to be either the flying squirrel
Yeah. Okay.
or the hummingbird.
Raccoon baby appears fully formed from a trash can.
They might. I have never seen a real baby raccoon.
Eyes closed kind of.
Like eyes closed
No.
kind of thing. They are generally pretty pretty hidden. And they tend to be much more...
Where's deer and the mom's just like fucking leave them wherever.
Well, it's not like deer build a nest up in a tree.
No, this is true.
Yeah.
Cybertruck. We saw one of those in Fort Clover the other day. It's like, ew.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing here? Go away.
Raccoons in a Cybertruck would be a whole thing.
Yeah. It boggles the mind how hideously ugly that thing is. Like, all politics aside, that thing's ridiculous.
It boggles my mind how that isn't like an efficiency choice. Because I could completely get behind a vehicle that ugly if it was for the purposes of like, yeah, all these body panels are basically replaceable for like $50.
Mm-hmm.
There is no piece of bodywork on this thing that costs more than $75. Because it's all...
James talking smack about your old cars.
Yeah. I mean, I have no shame about driving
I think you could...
or fishing. This is true. I don't even have like concepts of...
You have concepts of shame.
Not really. Well, that's the thing. Most of the decisions and opinions I've come to make perfect sense to me.
I think that's how it works for everybody.
That is how it works for everybody. But
regardless of their levels of sanity.
But for some crazy reason, a lot of people are like, "Ooh, I don't know about this thing that I like. It seems so weird." And I'm like, "Well, if it seems so weird, why are you liking it?" The real question should be, why doesn't everybody like this thing that I like? That's the one people should be like, I don't know why everybody doesn't want an ugly car. Okay, the dancing Burning Man on fire decal thing. That is a different thing entirely.
Is it now?
I think so. I mean, it's stylized, but hey, Travis. Thank you.
Hello.
It's getting close. I think I've lived with his texture long enough that it's bothering me less.
Okay. Are you becoming a fan of his pores?
No, I don't know about a fan, but they don't bother me as much. And I think it might be partially because I've got some more action going up in here where this is smoothed out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
This might need to be smoothed even more. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm trying to picture this in clay as part of the issue, and I don't know if I want to really smooth out this texture or if it's going to read more clothy with a little bit going on in there.
Here's your little hat.
Oh yeah, I am doing a little hat for him. Took it off. I was doing the teeth today, so he spent some time in the freezer. Stiffen the clay up.
Oh yeah, so hub opinion, guys. That hat is much tinier than the actual hat.
Yes.
But we kind of like the silliness of how tiny it is, as opposed to actual size?
Yes. I do like the tiny hat. Let's see. Do I have room for a full-size hat if I do it? Oh, yeah. I think I would. I think I would have room for a full-size hat. Yeah.
So is the vote for extra tiny?
I like the extra tiny. It amuses me. And also, for whatever reason, Art's hat is shockingly large when you're like looking at it. Like it feels like a tiny hat when you sort of think
we
about.
have an accord.
Yeah.
Jamie, you still there? What do you think?
Whenever I think about Art's hat, I just think it's a tiny hat.
I like it. Like side by side comparison, it's like, oh yes, that is way too small. But if you're not looking at the actual one, it looks right.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I even think there's a cartoon Art the Clown in Terrifier 2, and I'm pretty sure the cartoon version has a smaller hat than the actual version.
Okay.
Yes, we're dealing with Art the Clown. We're getting there. I'm not.
No, he's looking pretty good.
I'm a little surprised how quickly he came together.
I think that might just be because the last one took a little. I'd say took a little longer than normal.
The last one did take a little longer than, but like the number of Art the Clown sculptures representations that struggled, and the people that I've talked to that were like, he is not easy to sculpt.
Yeah, that's true. You didn't chop his face off like 4 times?
I didn't. I had one major change early on, but that only added, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour to the sculpting time. It does not hurt that I knew what I was doing with the sculpt from the beginning.
Yep.
I may adjust his sort of angle and attitude a tiny bit.
You gonna give Art attitude adjustment?
Might. 'Cause I think he's got a good,
You want to
like,
see him leering a little more? Or?
yeah, I think Art the Clown has a tendency to have like a very declined head. That's sort of a posture that he adopts a lot.
Yeah.
And a tucked in chin is another thing, but I didn't want to do that with this one. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't fully decided on that one yet. Oh, so what is Shaken Travis? What's new?
Jamie says, I think it depends on where you were looking at it. It disappears depending on the angle.
Yes. Yeah, I've watched all the. I think maybe one of the reasons why people have had so much trouble with sculpting Art the Clown is the performance is very big and over the top.
Yeah.
So like it's almost like his face changes drastically from shot to shot depending on like what mood he's pulling.
Yeah, see that.
No, I don't think so.
Do you know where you're planning on putting them?
I think I'm gonna put the whole up in here-ish. I think I may follow the wrinkles in the cloth a little bit. And I think it may go around
Well,
like...
that's cool. I guess there's worse holidays to share your birthday with.
Yeah.
Canada'd be fun.
I mean, especially if you go someplace other than the cottage area above Toronto.
Yeah, Christmas would be bad.
Christmas would be... I don't know. Christmas wouldn't bother me, but Christmas doesn't bother me.
I was gonna say, you don't really give two shits about Christmas, so...
I don't. I really don't. I don't do holidays.
Oh, I think actually that would make Christmas worse for you.
Why?
Well, because you can almost get away with not interacting with it, but if it was also your birthday...
I can get away without interacting with that, too. I managed to get away without interacting with holidays mostly.
I think it'd be hard.
You think that? Where did I put my... There it is. Jesus.
Yeah, Jamie's is only a couple days before Christmas. That's probably bad enough, too.
I'm sure it was more of a thing when you were younger.
Yeah, oh, yeah. When birthdays mattered more.
When birthdays mattered more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always think of birthdays as something that matter the most when the birthdays you've had or the birthdays you've got left, you can kind of count on like your fingers.
Okay.
Yeah. December 22nd.
You do know what day Christmas is, right?
It's the 24th in Canada, 25th. Christmas Eve, like Christmas.
Okay, Canada has the same Christmas day as you do.
Well, okay, but you guys
US
also have
does.
like Boxing Day.
Okay, yes. That's
So
the day after Christmas.
you guys don't wait your Canadian Christmasness differently because of Boxing Day?
No.
No.
So Boxing Day's like
Boxing Day's the day after
kind of on
Christmas.
its own. Yes. But it doesn't Boxing Day doesn't affect Christmas.
No. Well, I mean it kind of does. 'Cause
No,
you
he's
guys-
from New York. I imported him.
Yeah. Yeah, the all woodsy New York, not the
Yes.
not the city.
Upstate New York, yeah.
But yeah, I kind of felt like because I know in Germany, I think they do like Christmas Day isn't that big a deal. It's like a big meal.
Uh-huh. Okay, I think you might be confusing some places
Christmas
do
Eve.
more on Christmas
Yeah.
Eve than Christmas.
I kind of figured you guys probably did too, because Boxing Day is a way bigger deal.
No, it's not. Boxing Day is like the equivalent of like
Well,
Black Friday.
I mean, yeah,
It's the
that's what I
sales
mean.
and
It's a
returns
way
day.
bigger deal than like it is in the States.
Yes, it is that.
We don't have like I never really heard of Boxing Day even,
Yeah, that makes sense.
because Black Friday is the like big sales
Yeah.
thing. Well, being from like New York, where the weather is actually slightly worse than here, Thanksgiving in October makes a lot of sense, like climate wise, because if you were having your harvest festival in mid-November where I'm from, you're gonna have a
Bad
one
harvest.
hell of a time harvesting some of those vegetables. Um,
Personally, I like it better in October because that puts a full like 2 months between your giant turkey dinners.
I mean, I don't. I don't know. It does seem weird that there's something sort of that Halloween adjacent. Well, like back home, Halloween is the only game in town for the whole month of October.
Suppose. But I think we make less of a deal out of Thanksgiving too than you guys do. I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, Thanksgiving got caught up in a whole bunch of like
It does feel right.
patriotic myth feeling or myth building nonsense.
Some patriotic. Oh, the Indians were so
Yeah.
friendly and welcomed us.
We were
With
sharing
we were
dinner.
sharing
We were sharing
family
dinner
friendship.
before we were sharing pox blankets.
Yeah, sharing pox blankets, no gun involved. Yes.
Yeah, we I guess we made a thing out of Thanksgiving. I always, the weirdest thing I think holiday wise is that Halloween isn't a legitimate like day off holiday. Like that is some bullshit. Halloween
I mean,
is
my preference is yes. I agree with you, but I think it would be like cold day in hell before that would happen.
oh probably
Phrasing chosen very specifically.
yes, but I mean commercially speaking, Halloween is probably
Yeah.
second or third ranked after Christmas.
Ranked at for what?
Well, okay, so you've got Christmas cartoons, some little bit of Thanksgiving stuff, Halloween themed cartoons, always a thing.
So do you mean in
like
the
decorate,
public's eye, kind of?
yeah, like the
Okay.
like commercial impact kind of way.
Nice. Yeah, Frightmare should be fun. They're actually starting to announce guests now,
Yes.
the last couple days. Which I have completely forgotten what they are.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, it feels like of all the, like you guys especially have some made up ass holidays. Like
I don't think they're any more
Civic
made up than
holiday?
yours. Yeah.
civic holiday, like
Family Day.
like civic holiday sounds like the thing that got put on the calendar. They were like, we need a holiday right about here, like a civic holiday of some kind. We'll come up with a better reason.
Come up with a better name for it.
We'll come up with a better name and a
they just
better
did.
reason, and then they just didn't. They just went, nah, fuck it, we're gonna go with that. Like family,
How many will drop out? Who knows? A couple people drop out like every year.
yeah.
Okay, so David Arquette.
I don't feel like he's doing much else right
I
at
have
the
no idea.
moment. Was he doing the Sci-Fi Channel movies for a while,
Oh. I don't even know.
and then they went with former Backstreet Boys and 90210 people.
No, I don't want people yet. David Arquette. What does he do? Wait, he's also credited as a professional wrestler.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Like,
what?
I mean, check and see if Jon Stewart is credited as a professional wrestler too. Then.
He started. Okay.
Oh yeah, what they? Yes. Yeah, Frightmare should be a good time. How do you feel about Frightmare being down to 2 days again? Or so I know a lot of people are pleased with that change.
I am. I mean, if they could manage to pull it, like, make it fantabulous for 3 days, I'd love that more, but...
Oh, last year's first time. Frightmare is like our... It's our home turf show, so it's really easy for us to do, but it's also horror themed, so it's like
Perfect.
the best. Yeah, and I do really like the crowd vibe better than Comic-Con.
Yeah, definitely women. Yeah, because it's like all the people into like Halloween horror-y stuff instead of like, not saying this there's anything necessarily wrong with like anime characters and video games and stuff like that. It's just,
well, it's more everybody's really on the same page.
Yeah.
And there's slightly fewer people.
There's less people at Frightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not as crowded.
You're gonna hate Fan Expo.
I mean, I probably would if I was just going. Do fine. Fan Expo's... Fan Expo will just be busy.
Yes. Very.
Do you ever go to Fan Expo, Travis? Not a big fan? That sort of makes sense. Well, I think it's...
Well, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, well, I think even our first, like, Comic-Con that we ever did, we had people going, you should do Fan Expo. It sucks, but it, like, you make more sales than all the other things.
I'm assuming, Travis, you're looking at it from a visitor, customer,
well,
whatever,
and also
perspective.
Someone that has to travel a lot perspective.
True.
I imagine that doesn't help. Yeah, Fan Expo seems like a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I actually have no idea how much it costs.
Yeah. Yep, it's got to be significantly more expensive than Comic-Con. We've seen, like, I've never been, obviously, but I've seen like walkthrough things where people are trying to do, videos and stuff, and they just give up on a section because they can't get into film at all. Which, I mean, very rarely, occasionally, Comic-Con gets kind of crowded in a spot, but not like that. Seamus. I don't know. I used to do, when I did shows for paintings, I did a couple of them that were outdoor street style shows, and you would have, it was on like a 4-lane street, and for a decent portion of the kind of mid-afternoon, you could in no way from your booth see the other side. Like the other vendors across the road, you would see the tops of their tents and nothing else for a good 2 or 3 hours every day. But, I mean, as a vendor, that's kind of how you have to do. To a certain extent, more people is more better. I do still think it's absolutely nuts that they take your full payment before you get in. As a as a vendor, you pay like your whole fee, and then if you don't get in, they refund you 6-8 months later, something like that.
6 months. Yeah, a year.
Well, it was for you.
I'm not the only one who got notification like 2 weeks ago.
Well, no, but did you sign up early or something, or was that?
I signed up on like the last day of the con or the day after. They take the full payment when you sign up, and then they don't tell you whether or not you got in until like a month or two before the actual con.
They've had people walk out.
Yeah.
Day one. Like vendors just say screw it and don't come back, or like visitors that have full weekend passes and go screw this noise. Yeah, they just sat on the close to $1,000 worth of fees. Was it over 1,000?
It was more than 1,000. It's close to 2.
Really?
Yeah. Huh.
Oh. I did.
Really imagine. I can't. That's pretty much like, if you do that, you basically are blacklisting yourself.
Well, also, I don't know how they managed not to pay for their stuff.
They had to pay. They had to pay to get in. Confused.
Yeah, I don't know. Nope, I've heard a lot of bad things about the
yeah, possibly Pain, because they do Fan Expo is like all over the place. Run by the same people.
Yeah. I've heard lots of bad things from various people that don't do the show, that have done it, about their, like, you know, security and stuff like that, but hopefully it will be
It might be a total pain in the ass.
better
I
than it
think it'll
used to be.
financially, yeah,
Well, yeah,
beneficial.
hopefully. I am not entirely certain what you were asking, Payne.
Oh, if you got blacklisted with Fan Expo
Oh.
Toronto, it wouldn't just be Toronto. It would be like...
Well, I would have to imagine that they would just rebrand
Oh,
and
so
apply
like
again.
if I fucked off on them, I come back next year as
Yeah,
handmade atrocities.
yeah. I mean, probably not something that you would do with, like, made stuff that you were making yourself, but, like, you know, if you're just one of the people that's in the 75 booths of Funko Pops.
Handmade atrocities, yes.
But yeah, I figure most vendors at an event like this are really Temu drop shippers or something along those lines. They're getting
Oh yeah, get this. So there is another vendor that runs a bunch of shows, and I guess they for the longest time they didn't allow anybody using like AI. So they didn't want to have like AI artists and blah blah blah. That's fine. That's part of the rules. And they also don't like having people who do fan art. So basically, I wouldn't be able to apply for us to get in because I do fan art.
Okay.
Anyway, so the organizer made a post today saying about how they're getting a lot of like people being mad because I think what happened is in their advertisements for their shows, they had pictures like stock pictures that may or may not have been AI, and people were complaining about it. Like people were like leaving them like hate messages and whatever comments on their post. So their solution to the issue of dealing with that was to still not allow fan art because that's stealing and it's wrong, but allowing AI art.
Yes.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I think they're
really?
From what I got from it was that they didn't feel like they could differentiate AI all the time. Like they tried not to have it, but they couldn't. Like people were catching them.
Yeah, which, you know, I can understand how that would be frustrating, but
I can understand how that would be frustrating.
Like, that's the choice you went with to solve this problem.
Well,
really?
It also kind of sounds like to me that they were saying that, like, we tried not to do it, but we can't tell the difference. Is like, you didn't try that hard.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think AI is getting, like, it's just gonna get harder to tell.
It's, I mean, yes,
well, because
to
other
an
than
extent.
fucked up body parts, which is great, it's a surface texture issue
Yeah.
a lot of the time.
Well,
Think
it's
so.
surface texture issue. There's a lot of stuff that I can
But yeah, I mean,
tell.
I guess they weren't allowing people to do AI, and then they used AI, and people got mad. Maybe that's why. AI generated nude portraits. Wow. I don't know that I saw those.
I feel like AI peaked when it was worse.
Okay, thank you.
You may have.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. AI, at least the way I look at it, because there's nothing really intelligent about it. It is it's like a mushing together, amalgamating engine.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So it's not like it's making choices. It's just kind of showing you the generalized version of everything that it can find.
Mm-hmm.
But like the early AI, when it was all extra fingers and and that kind of nonsense, like there is something a little bit charming about artists that do not seem to really grasp the fundamentals, but they really throw their whole ass into it. You saw it with a lot of like outsider art. There was a really famous painter, like from ages ago, that was completely self-taught. She went by Grandma Moses, and her paintings were just stuffed to the tits with crazy details, but they essentially look like children's art, but like a child with an infinite attention span. And there was something legitimately charming about maximum effort with minimum like technique.
Yeah.
And AI kind of did that, and it did it really well. But as soon as you get the glaring technical issues ironed out, it's just going to start to look really boring. That, and the simple fact that like it doesn't have the, as far as I know anyway, there's been no effort to give it the brains to not feast upon its own affluence. So it's just going to get more and more and more generic as it's like picking up its own AI droppings and re-eating them. Yeah, I mean 2018 is early for it though. Damn.
No.
I mean, I never would have claimed that AI art was great, but there was a charm to it for a while. Let's see.
I'm like waiting for the message notification to pop up, and then I just realized, wait, I don't get those anymore because
Oh,
Facebook Messenger sucks.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I do. I'm concerned that a lot of
She said, do these?
possibly
You concerned that what?
that a lot of our tech stuff has gotten lazier. Like Google is shit, Facebook Messenger is really falling apart on like a just bare usability kind of level.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of stuff starts falling apart when you get some kind of program or that works, and then they add layers and functions and all sorts of doobobs and doohickeys, and they just kind of like the care taken to write the thing in the first place is absolutely not taken with all these upgrades and edits, and things start just falling to pieces.
Was there any chance that the
Ask me how I know.
the sheer size of this stuff starts to get cancerous after a while?
I mean, yeah.
Like even if you did care, it just becomes too complicated to keep it from being garbage.
Yep.
Not that I think Facebook or Google actually give a shit. Definitely getting in the neighborhood on this guy. It's gonna be time to start thinking about what I'm gonna do next on the stream.
True.
Still not happening. That one isn't. That's never gonna be a thing. I mean, Hellraiser themed stuff, that could definitely be a thing. The puzzle blocks, absolutely not. I have less than no interest in trying to reproduce that.
Bet you I could.
I mean, obviously you could. I bet I could.
Well, no, I mean, it would be more suited to my sensibilities.
Okay, it could be more suited to your sensibilities, but it would be a lot more suited to other materials too.
Yeah. It is because he hates you.
It's truth. Do it out of spite. Pure spite. But we're gonna... No, we're just never... That's never gonna be a thing that's gonna happen. Why don't you do one? I'll help you mold it. Make it out of foam and stuff. Cheddar goblin. I just did a goblin. I gotta finish my goblin. There's very little cheddar involved. It's a Lord of the Ringsy style goblin. I mean, yeah. wanted to do a thing for demo. I didn't necessarily intend on that one being a finished thing, but it seems like people really responded to him. I don't know. Gorgon wouldn't be a terrible idea. I like the old. Yeah, I have a whole thing I want to do for some really cool like horror ladies
Yeah.
things.
Ladies.
Hmm.
I mean, technically the hag's foot.
I have a. Don't assume the hag's foot's
Well,
gender.
I mean, by calling it a hag, hags aren't dudes, though.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I mean, I do want to do a. I want to do a cool like vampire queen kind of thing. I would like to do a nice like female zombie would be a thing to do. I would like to do a
You did a zombie version of What's Her Nuts.
I did.
Legit.
I did. She's in the crock pot though.
Yeah.
I mean, I will consider a Gorgon thing at some point,
Maybe a what?
like a Medusa.
What's that?
Same thing. It's essentially the same thing.
What is it?
Yes. I mean, considering that I really only do the heads, virtually.
Okay, you're gonna need to explain.
So Gorgons may or may not have like an upper half of a woman body. The Lamia has traditionally either been basically snake up to the neck, or sometimes they're like a weird scaly quadruped. Depending on like which version. Like think a centaur with scales and snakes for head. Or snakes for hair, not head.
Yeah.
Spider Queen could be fun. Forget who did it there. I saw a good Spider Queen. And Distortions did one, I think. That was pretty good. I also want to do some kind of a boob monster. I haven't really fleshed out the idea much more than that, but some really like off-putting breasts I would like to do. Just like tits.
Made of boobs?
I've done that in mug form.
Oh, that's true.
That was one of the earlier designs I did when I was doing just sculpt on like a throne bezel type thing. I think I will leave that to the potters. There's a tremendous number of boob mugs available out there. Oh, what? My drink is gone. Oh, jeez, we've only got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, unrelated, I guess, but I could use another coffee breath candle mess.
We had discussed that, and we were doing that, and I think it's still over there.
Wait, what?
You wanted a coffee thing, and then you were like, I want this goblin-y thing for my coffee breath deal. And then I like sculpted it, and we went through a bunch of changes. Then you were like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it.
It's over there?
I think so. It's that little, like, squatty one. Yeah. Yeah, it's like about the same scale as the pumpkin. Got crazy eyes. I may have already melted it down.
It's already melted down. Okay.
I said I may have. I can't remember.
I already. I don't see it.
I mean, I do desperately want to do a He-Man one or multiple He-Man ones. I may I think I may let the He-Man one stay until after I've finished all of the cereal monsters, and then start rocking on the He-Man ones.
So only have like one series going at a time?
Well, I don't know if I would go that far, but because there's a bunch of, I mean, Trapjaw needs to be a thing. I have to decide how I want to do them too, because like on the one hand, the He-Man stuff was very cool because of the campiness, and doing some kind of like campy fun ones could definitely be a thing. But I also really want to do like straight like horror He-Man, especially like a Trapjaw or a Many Faces was, I could see doing that as a horror one. I mean, Buggy Eyes would be fun. Just like super chatted out He-Man could be fun to sculpt. Bad like plastic surgery face for like Evil Lyn could be fun. But I also kind of want to do like cool ones. Like doing what do they call it? It wasn't Iclops. That doesn't, Triclops. Triclops with like some well thought out like eyes. in mechanical structure thing. I'm thinking like Cenobite level body horror type things. Would be fun to do. Like I did a one-off, like a silly beast man back in the day. And that's cool. But like a really messed up looking beast man. Oh, looks like it is time. I don't know. What are we thinking? What are we feeling? What are we doing on Arctic Cloud? Should I
Feels like
finish this one up off stream? Because there's a lot of like tinkering stuff to do, but the sculpt is kind of.
I think you're done-ish.
It's kind of about there. Like he looks pretty decent. I mean, there's obviously a lot of like tinkering that needs to do to get some of his underspaces are not as finished. See his nose and stuff like that, but like that's really hard to do on stream, so I usually clean that stuff up later. So yeah, I may just.
Yeah, if you think you're done with the photogenic part of the sculpt.
Yeah, like I feel like it's just gonna be lots of me picking away at little tiny things that need refining.
Okay.
And that's not fun to watch.
So I guess that means we need to think of what we're gonna have you work on next.
Well, I may do. I think I will do. I think next week. No. Thursday? What the hell are we on? Is it Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday. Yes.
Okay. So I think Thursday. We're gonna put off this decision-making process, and we're gonna work on. Which you can't. Maybe. Nope. Maybe. Yes. We're gonna work on.
Okay.
Yeah, we will work on Vampire Burns. Vampire Burns. He's got a little bit of fun left.
Speaking of ripping off parts of his anatomy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I went full ham and cut his jaw off, and
Yeah, I see that.
I've done a bunch of things to him. So yeah, I feel like that's Tuesday.
Okay.
I feel like we're going Burns on Tuesday.
Okay,
Wait,
finish the
Thursday.
video.
Because today is Tuesday.
And just there for a second. Perfect. Okay. Because I can use that for the screenshot for the next stream.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
We're good?
Yep. All right.
Bye.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for
guys.
dropping in.
We will see you Thursday.
Yes.